I'd like to welcome you all back to Water Your Soil. This video right here is going to be for those who are 30 and under. When you're 30 and under, you're often told, you have time, just go out, have fun, enjoy life, things of that nature. But when you're 30 years old and younger, you're really in a prime position to set yourself up to win in the future. A lot of mistakes that I made in my 20s, I look back on in hindsight, and I realized had I been more disciplined during those years, I would have got more out of my early 30s than I did. But one thing I will say to you is, yeah, you can balance living life and having fun and those things, but make sure your fundamentals are correct. When you're 30 and under, you want to focus on your fundamentals. So that means you want to make sure that, yes, you're smart with finances. That's going to be one of the main important areas that you focus on. Of course, if you're 30 and under, you're not going to be making anywhere near the max that you could potentially make in your lifetime, especially as a grown adult. Usually the further you get in your career, especially if you're a professional, the further you get in your career, usually the more money you make. So if you're 30 and under, you probably don't have as much money as you would like. Some people are entry level, especially if you're early or mid 20s, and some people are just now starting to grow on that ladder. So you may not have enough money to what you view as be able to do the things that you want to do. However, the fundamentals will not fail you. What are the fundamentals? The fundamentals are doing what you're supposed to do. If you do have debt, like student loan debt and things of that nature, start learning to pay down your debt. You may have to sacrifice some of that fun time, some of the trips, some of the brunch, some of the parties, because all those things cost money. Trips cost money, brunch costs money, parties cost money, clothes, fashion, things of that nature. I'm not saying completely get rid of it, because you shouldn't. Like I said, you're in your 20s, so you should still live life. You're in your 20s, late teens, whoever listens to this, because I said 30 and under, so it's no specific age under 30 who I'm talking to. I'm just speaking to anyone who's under 30, both genders. And I will say this. If you are someone who's 30 and under, focus on improving your credit score. Make that a focus. You want to make that a focus. Why? Because once you get a little older, you're going to need it. Yes, there are some people who are in their 30s, who are younger than 30, and they have, homes and things of that nature, which salute to you. But there are a lot of people who don't. So one of the main things they're going to rate you on when it comes to getting a home is your credit score. So you want to make sure your credit score is correct. Like I always say, and anybody who watched my channel and have watched my channel know I always say this: a good credit score is a great plan B option. So you want to have that plan B option going forward in your life. So you're under 30, you're focusing on the fundamentals, you're getting your credit together, or you have your credit together. Make sure you keep it together. Don't get undisciplined and ruin it. Yes, sometimes things happen in life where it may cause your score to crash. But if those things don't happen, don't let your score crash just because you went and you picked up a lot of consumer debt. Consumer debt is not a life event. Consumer debt is when you just went out and was splurging on the things that you want. You know what I'm saying? So don't let that happen to you. So just practice on the fundamentals. And I made this video because you all are in a prime age. Like, you're in a great age to really have your finances and your credit on point. Like, you're really at the starter level. And for those of you who are under 21, you're honestly, if you don't have a lot of student loan debt, you're honestly on the fast track to having excellent credit. Be smart. Watch the other videos I have on ways to get good credit and excellent credit. You're on a fast track because you usually don't have other than student loan debt, you usually don't have a lot of debt as far as consumer debt and things of that nature. You also can really mold your credit reports. Like you can mold your report to how you want it to be. So you're basically starting with a piece of clay, and you can mold it into how you want to. So you're really on the fast track to being able to get good or excellent credit. So going forward, just try to practice and stay focused with the fundamentals. That's your savings, that's making sure your credit score is correct, and you just planning. Always keep the future in mind, because when you get in your 30s, you don't want to be looking back on your late teens and 20s and thinking like, man, I should have did this, I should have did that, I should have did that. Speaking from experience, you want to practice on your financial fundamentals, especially mainly credit. Make sure you have that good plan B option. I like to thank you all for listening. I like to thank you all for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you.